Hey, what's up? How are you doing today? This is Ethan coming at you with another episode of Post-Gym Pondering. Today is episode 12. Active recovery today, Wednesday for me. Technically a rest day, but I 9 times out of 10 will turn it into an active recovery day and just do a little bit of forearm, calf, and core work. The neglected body parts, the ones that we could all probably pay a bit more attention to. I'm sure for others, there's some other muscles in there. Maybe you do like hitting core or whatever, but that's what I do on my rest day during the week. Anyways, guys, if you've been paying attention to some previous videos, it's winter time here in Fargo, North Dakota. Some people from the south or other warmer climates, other areas of the world. I'm from the U.S., obviously. I'm not talking about a little half-inch or inch dusting of snow and everyone forgets how to drive because you never see snow. No, I'm talking about like we get 8 inches and the wind is blowing 40, 50 miles an hour and we're still expected to go and get everything done that we normally would most of the time. Every now and then it'll get real bad, and today had the potential of being real bad, but we didn't get a ton of snow and it wasn't really super icy beforehand anyways. So it's really windy right now, but it's just kind of whipping around a lot of the snow that fell earlier. Some pretty light fluffy stuff. So all things considered, I'll pop up a picture of one of the road I was on earlier on the way over here. And to a lot of people that might be like, oh my god, that's awful, you drive on that? That's a road? Like, what? There's an actual road under that with lines and stuff? Yeah. But honestly, to us, that's kind of like, oh my gosh, our tires are actually touching like pavement. Cool, sweet, extra traction, awesome, score. That's kind of what I want to talk about today. We're in a no travel advisory, and the interstate, according to the 511 website anyways, was like a no-go. So I took a different route. Come to find out, as I was going over the overpass on the way to my destination here, I'm actually outside my barber shop waiting. I showed up a little early because giving myself a little extra time since I was told by the internet, don't always trust the internet, that travel wouldn't be as smooth. And I mean, to be fair, it wasn't, but if you've grown up in an area that experiences winter, you're just kind of used to it, and a little snow blowing around isn't really going to affect you. A little bit of snow on the road, a little bit of ice here and there, you're gonna drive a little cautious. You're gonna hit the brakes a little earlier, and you're gonna apply them a little more gradually instead of slamming on them right behind someone when you're coming up to a stoplight or whatever. But I was told to take a different path today, and that can kind of translate into everyday life. Most people will develop routines that they adhere to on a daily basis. Maybe their Monday through Friday routine is a little different than their weekend routine, whatever. But we all like to develop routines. We like comfort. We like to know what's coming. We like to have an idea of what's coming next. We like to have an idea of everything that's on our plate. But every now and then life is going to throw you curveballs and throw you different challenges, and it's going to say, hey, you got to do something a little bit different today, or you're gonna have to sub in this instead of this, or whatever it may be. And it can be kind of hard to accept those things. A lot of the times people will, and me included, will resist these curveballs from life, and that is like the number one thing that you should not do when you see a curve coming, a twist coming from life. Is to resist it, to resist the change, to resist the different path that life is telling you to go down. Because all you're really going to do is, when you have inner resistance or outer resistance, probably both, in this situation, it's just going to cause different issues that weren't even there to begin with to swell up and to begin to plague you and weigh you down, and to make this alternate path look even harder than it already maybe did. Resisting life is essentially resisting God. When life is coming to you, and in whatever way life is telling you, like, it's time to do something different, that's God telling you need to do something different. Like, it's time to switch things up. It's time to get a different perspective. It's time to take a step in a different direction. And when you do take a step in a different direction, a lot of the times you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, things just cleared up a lot over here. And now I see what you were getting at, God. Like, I understand now. And then all of a sudden it's much easier to follow that path and go down that path. Every now and then when we do listen and we do take that step, it might become a little harder. We might see even less clearly. And a lot of people will take this as a sign like, oh, yep, knew it. Better not do that anymore. Better go back to what I was doing. Very rarely is that the case. Because really, if you were supposed to continue doing what you have been doing, then God wouldn't be telling you to take a step in a different direction. They wouldn't be telling you to change course, to course correct. So in that case, you probably were just getting a little complacent. You were getting a little bit agitated, like, you're getting a little bit impatient, sitting in the same spot, or not necessarily sitting in the same spot, but doing the same thing over and over again, feeling like you're sitting in the same spot, when in reality you are making progress. It might be somewhat invisible progress. It might be progress that only you truly can understand and comprehend, because it's just in the work that you're doing every day that only you see, that only you're going through. You don't really have anyone else to help you with it. Nobody else to carry that load. And you might be getting bored, or you might just be like, well, whatever, I've been at this for too long, and to see no results or way too little results, I'm done. I'm going this way instead. And then all of a sudden, boom, life clotheslines you. Be like, hey, yep, I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to change. I didn't say you needed to change. Like, you're doing just fine with what you're doing right now, and continue on, continue pushing forward, continue to put honest effort into it. If you're feeling truly burnt out, take a break, take a rest, relax, honestly, take time off, collect your thoughts, collect yourself mentally, and just whatever you need to do, whatever your time off, whatever your mental time off looks like, get into that mode and embrace it fully for a time, but then get back on the path. But oftentimes too, we will get a sign from God, from life, however you want to look at it, and it is time to change, but we'll make the wrong change, or we won't give ourselves enough credit, and we'll just take a small, tiny little step, or we'll even step backwards sometimes. And those situations, we won't get clotheslined by life necessarily, but things just won't really feel right. Things will feel a little weird, a little off, like, I'm not sure. Kind of, you're kind of going to feel like you felt when you were 14, 15 years old, and like going through puberty, and everything just seems weird. When life tells you to make a change and you don't pursue the right change, you're not ambitious enough, you doubt yourself, you doubt the sign, it's going to feel weird. You're going to feel like you're going through puberty and nothing really makes sense, because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And even worse than not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you are not living up to the potential that you have, the potential that you have deep within you, but you're just ignoring. And you're feeling a little bit of fear, a fear of failure for trying this new hard thing that you probably need to do, but you don't want to do because you think you're going to fail. And you might fail, but guess what? Every failure is a learning experience, and every learning experience is a step closer to your goals and dreams, and to being the person that you dream of being, the person that you pray to be, the person that you need to be to fulfill your goals and dreams. Life will come at you, and life will come, God will come, and he will tell you in one way or another. And trust me, you'll know. You're not going to hear a big booming voice coming down from the heavens. You're not going to see, an illuminated figure coming down from the sky or anything and talking to you, but there will be signs. There will be things. Look for it in those you surround yourself with. Look for it in everyday activities. Look for it within a change in your own demeanor, in your own mental well-being, in your own physical well-being. Signs are there, and they come often. They come more often than we think. We're meant to be constantly changing and adapting. We're not meant to stay in the same spot for a super long period of time and get all comfortable and cozy. That is where no change will occur, no development occurs, no growth occurs, and we become stagnant as human beings. And God does not like idle hands. God does not like idle hands.